Okay, so before we get started, I'm thirsty, and you guys, it's really, really hot in Houston, Texas. We're going to make a Topo Chico preparada. It's one of my go-to refreshing drinks. This is not sponsored by Topo Chico, but if Topo Chico wants to sponsor me, I usually have these at my open house. The grapefruit ones, they have different flavors. They actually have like grapefruit and lime twist, I believe. But this is the original one. I've been drinking this since I was a child. So you're gonna need a Topo Chico. This one is the regular, the original. A lime, I already cut it for the purpose of this video. You gotta open the Topo Chico. I got this in Vegas. You know, one of those times where you first go to Vegas and you feel like you have to bring a bunch of souvenirs. I still have it. And some salt and some tahini. And I'm gonna use this lovely, I believe it's Kate Spade. I don't know, I got these a long time ago. Look how pretty they are. I know it's not wine, but we can be bougie like that.
So let's get started. So we're going to open the Topo Chico. Make sure it doesn't spill. So first I'm going to go around the rim, because that's what you do. You dress it up. And I forgot to say you need one of these. You can do it with your hand, but you know, we're not going to do that. So we're going to squeeze the lime in there. Squeeze the lime in there. One whole lime. Squeeze! Love it! So, like I said, you can sprinkle to your liking. I like a little bit of salt, a little bit of tahini. I'm a little generous, you know. I poured some ice in here. I forgot to put ice in there. That's the purpose of this video. And don't fill it all the way to the top, because it's like when you take a sip, you're just like, Hallelujah. That's what I feel like. Hallelujah.
So good. Okay, so while speaking with sellers who were thinking about selling their home, these were two concerns that mostly came up. There were several, but these were the two that mostly came up of why they were like a little hesitant to do it. And I thought I'd make this video to kind of address that. So let's talk really quick about the scenario. Scenario number one is you're like, hey, I want to sell my house because I want to buy another house. But you're in a financial position to carry two mortgages. So you could potentially buy your next home while your current home is still on the market, or put it on the market after you find your new home. Okay, that's that scenario. Now, let's just say that's not your scenario. Scenario number two, you want to sell your home because you want to purchase another home, but you can't carry two mortgages, okay? Or at the same time that you can't carry two mortgages, you are thinking about using the equity in your current home to be able to purchase your next home. Whether that is putting all your net profit into the next home, or you need some of that equity for your down payment and closing costs, etc., to purchase the new home, okay? So this becomes a contingent sell.
Contingency. You might have heard that word. A contingent sell. And for purposes of this video, we're only addressing the
seller side of this, okay? Now, I can make another video about what happens on both sides, but today we're addressing the concerns that I came across when speaking to sellers. So while talking to these potential sellers, one of their concerns was, okay, so I sell my house, it goes under contract, but because there's limited inventory, I'm gonna have a hard time finding my next home. And if that were to happen, and I don't have a backup living situation, which would be, say you can move in with your parents, your in-laws, your girlfriend, boyfriend, fiance, friend. Solutions to that. One is to ask for an extended closing date. So you would push your closing date out a little bit more. Typical transaction would be 30 days, 45 days, we may ask for a little bit longer and let the other side know what is going on. And as long as they agree, we all move forward. Now, another solution to that would be a leaseback. Maybe you are under contract in your new home, but it's going to close later than this one. So if that were to happen, then we would ask for a lease back, maybe 2 weeks, maybe they're 2 weeks apart. Because remember, you need the funds of your current home to purchase your next home. So if they agree, you would lease the house back. So you don't move out, you stay there for an extra 2 weeks, but with the lease, you would lease it back to them, okay? To give you enough time to close on your new home and move out. Sellers that I talked to was like, oh, that's great, my house is gonna sell really fast, but I'm gonna have a hard time finding my next home, and I really don't want to deal with being in a bidding war and potentially losing all my net profits trying to secure my next home. And my answer to that was like, okay, it's no secret that we have limited inventory. That's all across everywhere, not just here in Houston and the surrounding areas. Okay, but it's almost a case by case, more of an individual need situation. For example, I had a buyer who needed to be in a specific zip code. They needed to be 15 minutes from their job because their job required that. So we were limited. So yes, when a house came on the market in that specific area, so in their situation, yes. If there was a multiple offer and they needed to win and they loved the house and they needed to win, yes, they were in a multiple offer situation. Now, in order to secure the home, because that is a need, a necessity, it's a totally different scenario from someone who has a broader range and doesn't have that necessity. So I can't sit here and guarantee that you will not be in a bidding war. I can't sit here and guarantee there won't be multiple offers because we still have limited inventory. We're starting to see more inventory come in, but this is where we're at now. Again, keep in mind it's a situation. So this client and this client all have different needs and a different situation. It's not just submitting a high price to win that offer. It's how you structure that offer. It's the contingencies. It's what you are offering. It's how you structure that offer to look the most favorable and presentable for the seller to choose you. I can sit here and tell you that some of my offers have not been the highest offers, including the one who needed to be in that specific zip code. They weren't the highest offer, but it's how we structured the offer that looked the most favorable to that seller, and they were chosen. So this idea that's going around that you need to give out your kidneys to secure your next home, because that is not true. Didn't go deep in details, but just kind of gave you guys a little insight to that there are solutions and that you will not be homeless. Didn't go deep into detail with both of them because that is a case by case. Client A and client B have two different life situations, so in order for me to address that, I would have to speak to you one-on-one. So once again, thank you so much for watching my video, and I hope that this helps some of you. And if you are still here, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and have a great day. Talk to you soon.
No, you will not be homeless. This is why it's very important for you to have a realtor represent you, because we have some. Thanks for watching. My name is Sovi, and I am a realtor here in Houston, Texas with eXp Realty. I really like my star sleeves. This is actually a dress. This is my pearl. This is actually a headband. So cute. I just thought it'd go really good, and I had pearls in my hands, but also, thank you for watching my double chico. I'm almost done with it.